Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's your truly Ian Pius, and today I'm back again with another video where I usually come every weekend and analyze for you guys what happened last week and what might happen in the coming more weeks to come. So today I've come with some pairs that last week I've shown you guys how I will be able to enter the trade. So today I want to show you guys how I was able to enter the trade and how the trade is still running. So we're not wasting of time. Let us go straight to our video. So last week the first trade I had talked about it was NZUSD. Let's see how NZUSD has been moving. NZUSD. Remember guys, last week I talked to you guys about NZUSD, but I had put for you guys this one up to somewhere here. But I came to realize that if I'm to go into a more high time frame, the supply zone from here, it doesn't look much kind of great. If I'm also to go into a weekly time frame, it doesn't look good, although it's around where there's Fibonacci fib is. If I'm to put the Fibonacci, if you've been following me for some good time, you know I like using Fibonacci a lot. I like using Fibonacci a lot. So yeah, as you could see, this one I come and put the yellow zone like this around 50 feet, and then it covers. This one I came and put my 50 feet, and then it came and covers the whole of the body, the whole of the week of the whole of the week of this whole consolidation. So what the market did was just pretty simple. The market came and tap on to the zone and then just started dropping all the way to the downside. And if you watched me last week, I told you guys my first take profit it was gonna be here, and which has already been taken. It was 1:3. So I let just the rest of the profit to continue running, and our next target, which has already been hit, was supposed to be here. So right now I've let still this market running, but now I've taken, and now this trade is in the break even. Right now as I'm talking, this trade is in the break even. So this is just for the NZUSD. If you haven't watched the previous video, I urge you to go there and watch it, because you'll be able to understand more a lot how I was able to come with this zone. So this is just for the NZUSD. And then last week I talked about GBPAUD, my favorite pairs the most. I like trading GBPAUD a lot. So even I've already executed this trade, guys. I've executed this trade. All this trade was also among the pairs I talked about last week. As you could see, I've already executed this trade. You see, I told you guys I will wait until the market comes up to this yellow zone, and then what I did was pretty much simple. I used a buy limit, guys. I placed my buy limit and then just left the market to do whatever it wants to do. As you could see, the market right now has executed my trade, and right now I'm running in profit, but I'm just holding. I'm gonna hold this trade. I don't care what is gonna happen. Either the market will take me out or will continue running into my direction. It's all up to the market. I have no way to control the market, so I just have to move with how the market is moving. If you start trading like this, you start feeling more stress-free. You don't have to be holding yourself to the market all the time, like thinking what the market will do to your stop loss or your take profit. There's only two things that's gonna happen the moment you enter into the trade. Only two things: either the market take you out or the market go to your TP. So this is how I started seeing my trade. The only thing I have to do is to execute my plan. That's the most important thing. So I just came and execute my plan. I had planned to trade this market, and right now the market is running. So the coming week, I don't know what's gonna happen, but when whatever is gonna happen the coming week, I'll be able to come back another weekend and then let you guys know how this trade has run. So this just for the AUD. I mean, this just for the GBP AUD. The market is now running into profit. If you haven't watched even the previous video, go and watch it because I got this trade from the previous video. So I also talked about NZUSD. Yep. Last previous video I talked about NZUSD. I told you guys until euro. I told you guys until euro NZ breaks above this yellow. That until euro NZ breaks above this yellow zone, and which you see in the daily time frame has already broken. If you were to go to daily time frame, you could see also it's breaking. This trade it looks bullish. This candlestick, this weekly candlestick look bullish. The last one looks pretty bullish. From to go to daily time frame, also looks bullish as well. So what I'm gonna be waiting for is pretty much simple. I'm gonna use my supply and demand strategy. Just bring this to my demand somewhere around here. So and this is where my demand is gonna be, somewhere around here. If I'm to first come to 4 hour, yeah, it look pretty much good. So I'm gonna be waiting for this market to come all the way here. By the way, this one up to this yellow one have to cover up to down here. It has to cover up to this wood somewhere around here. You have to cover up to somewhere here because this is the whole entire this is the whole entire let me this is the whole entire trade, guys. So let's wait and see what is gonna happen in the next coming week. This is just for euro NZ. This is just for euro NZ. Let's wait what's gonna happen in the next coming week. Yeah, and there's still one more pairs left if I'm to talk about, which was GBP. No, it was Chef JPY. Oh, yeah, it was Chef JPY. And right now we're still running the profit. Remember, like guys, last week I talked to you guys about Chef JPY. I was like, I will only now be more interested again of this trade if it breaks this yellow bar right here. This yellow bar is a demand zone, and as right now you can see this market, it's breaking it over. So I don't need this demand zone anymore because the market is breaking it. I have to delete it. If you watched my previous video, I showed you guys I was able to take this first trade right here, which is still running into profit. And here was just my first TP, guys. If I'm here was just here was just my first TP, which has already been taken out. So in the next coming week, what I'm going to be waiting for Chef JPY, it's pretty much simple. I'm using supply and demand strategy. So right now I've drawn my supply zone somewhere around here. The only thing I'm gonna wait for is to let this trade comes all the way to up here. Then I'll be able to execute this trade. Then later just flow to the downside. So this just how I'll be able to execute my second entry for Chef JPY. This how I'll be able to execute this trade. I'll just set a sell limit somewhere here. My stop loss above the structure, and then let everything to go the way it wants to. Okay, so this is how I've started making my trade much and more pretty simple, because I've got to realize that the more I keep on complicating my strategy, it's the harder it gets to me to be able to understand my strategy very well. So I have to make it much and more simpler for me to make me understand it very much and pretty well. So this is just for my Chef JPY. And then also let me first check if I can add for you guys. Yeah, I forgot. I had also talked about USDJPY, which had already executed this trade again. Guys, just give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm back. I'd also talked to you guys about USDJPY in my previous video, and right now the market has executed my trade. I told you guys that I'll be able to execute this trade when the market reach to a price around 616.251, which was somewhere around here, but the market came out also break up to above my yellow zone. How was I able to get this entry? It was my supply zone strategy. If I'm to show you guys, you could see this market. Here was the all-time high for this trade before this market reached here. This was the all-time high for this trade. And when the market came and tapped this zone, you see how the way the market dropped with a very strong momentum, which means the next time the market comes and then tap onto the zone again, which means the market will also break. Not that will break, but will, it's like the market is just coming to retest it once more and then also fall again. So what I did was pretty much simple. This was my weekly zone. This was my weekly zone. Then I came into a daily time frame. My daily time frame has been covered with my weekly zone. So I came into a daily time frame. How was I able to get this yellow zone? It was again pretty much simple. You see from here, this market again came and make for us a double top, and then in the process of it now breaking to the downside, it breaks with a bearish engulfing candlestick. And not only with the bearish engulfing candlestick, the market just continued dropping to the downside with a very strong momentum. So this is how I was able to get this yellow zone, right here. I realized this I was able to get this yellow zone right here from here, from this green bar, from this first green bar to another one somewhere. And this was the low of the bar, and then this was the highs of the bar. Then I came into 4 hour, because the lower I go, the better I get my entry, zone, guys. Hmm? If I'm to continue, yeah, it's now here. You could see, and this green bar, it was for a daily time frame. This was the low and this was the high. Then I came and get again another bar from a 4 hour. So this was my 4 hour. This was my 4 hour bar, guys. As you could see, this yellow bar, it's my 4 hour. I came and got it from 4 hour here. Now you see how I started. I started from weekly, which was this one. And then I came to daily, these two green, the low and the highs. Then I came to 4 hour, where I usually execute my trade. That's when I came and get this bar right here, where I now come and execute my trade. So what I did was pretty much simple. Just from the other end of the trade, I just came and set my supply limit from this first of the bar, and then the stop loss above all of this. The stop loss should be above all of this bar, above all of this weekly, daily, and 4 hour bar. So that was how I was able to get my entry, guys. Even as you could see, after this consolidation, the market broke with a bearish engulfing, a strong bearish engulfing candlestick in 4 hour, which shows us the moment this market comes back once again to tap onto this zone, this market is still going to drop again. So this is how I was able to get my entry. So now if I'm to go back here, you could see the market has already tap onto my 4 hour where I was able to get this on. The market has tapped to my 4 hour and the market has executed my trade. So right now, the only thing I gotta do is pretty much simple. Wait for the market to do whatever it wants to. Whether it's gonna break this whole bars right here or it's gonna continue dropping to the downside. So this how I was able to get my trade, and my first TP it's gonna be right here because this is where this demand zone is. This is gonna be my first TP. My first TP, when the market gets here, I'll come back and then let you guys know how this trade has run. Either it drops or it stop me out. So this is just what I'm having for you guys for this week, and this is what I'm seeing what is going to continue happening next coming week. So for now, thank you and have a good trading week. Please use a proper risk management and peace out. It's your truly Ian Pius, and if you find any value into this trade, I urge you to go and tap on the subscribe button so that whenever I'm releasing any video, you'll be among the first people to come and watch this video. And also, if this value has given you this video has given any kind of value, I urge you guys also give us a comment and tell me more on how I can be able to trade any pairs that you like. So thank you and peace out.